Hey there, this is Sabrina Moreland from the Walter State Library, and today I'm going to introduce some terminology and information that will help you with your research paper or papers in Psychology 2130. And so this initial screen is just some contact information in case you need some additional help. It's always nice to know where to go. So there's my information at first, my email address and my office phone number. So feel free to call or email with any research questions you have. You also have the option of setting up a Teams meeting or a Zoom meeting if you want to do a virtual individual coaching appointment. I've also included the contact information for the Writing Center if you need help with the actual composition of your papers. And then there's the tutoring phone number as well for writing, math, science, anything you need help with. So chances are you've already done some research during your college educations, and a lot of times we start off with really good expectations. We think we have good terms established, we think we have a great research question that's fully researchable, that doesn't have any bias, and that we're going to find a lot of information in the databases or on the internet. But sometimes the reality is that it could be a disaster. Research can be difficult if we don't know what the terms are the database wants us to use. Sometimes what we're writing about hasn't been written about in the scholarly world yet, so we have to adjust and adapt, and it can be time consuming. So we hope as librarians that when we do talk to you all about research, that we are making the experience better and that you are able to meet your expectations in research. So the first thing to be aware of course, is the library homepage. All of our information's on there. How you get to the databases is there, citation guides, all kinds of great stuff. So we're going to go there first. So it's just library.ws.edu, or you can go to the Walter State page and click on the library link on the top right corner. So any of the updates we make in regards to COVID-19, our hours, our policies, we're keeping all of that information at the top and to the right. We also have some contact information here on the left. So the circulation desk number, the library's email address. So if you're just emailing the library in general, you can do that. But any questions you have about the library, or if you need to reach a certain librarian, you can always contact one of these numbers. All the librarians are listed on our page. We also have a search box at the bottom if you're interested in locating a print source that's in our collection. On the left, the quick links are also very helpful. As I said, this is how we'll get to the databases when we go in to access them. We also have equipment checkout options as well. So if you need a laptop or a MiFi, so a personal Wi-Fi connection, you can fill out one of the forms electronically and be able to reserve one of those pieces of equipment. We also have citing your sources, which I'll show you more in another video, but we have an MLA guide and an APA guide that the library has created, and naturally you'll be using the APA guide for the psychology class. We also have interlibrary loan, which means if you find a book or article or other source that doesn't belong to the Walter State collection, then we can contact another library and get that information to you. So be sure to check out all of these links on your own time, but the library website has a lot of good information. Now these are the 4 databases that are going to be most appropriate for your psychology research papers in this class. And so I'm going to be sending 4 separate database demonstrations that will show you how to use each of these for your assignments. At the bottom, these are some terms that you may or may not have already encountered, depending on if you had orientation in English classes or another psychology class or a speech class. But just to remind you, you do want to download or access the full text of all the articles. Sometimes you might just get an excerpt or an abstract, and you'll need the full content. So make sure you are looking for that in the databases. You're also going to want to consult academic, scholarly, or peer-reviewed journal articles, and all those are synonymous terms. This just means that an expert or scholar has written the information, and then they have sent that out for other experts to review and evaluate. And so that by the time it gets to us, we know it's very trustworthy and credible and well done research. You also want to look for the year of publication because you don't want information that's out of date. So currency is important. Generally going back the last 5 to 10 years is helpful. Sometimes our instructors will set parameters for what they want as far as currency goes. So be aware of publication dates. We're also going to be using subject headings in the databases to get the best terms possible for searching. And so these subject headings are tagged words that an information specialist or an organization has already established. And so they've put them in the databases, and we just have to figure out which the best ones to use for our research. We're also going to use Boolean operators, and that's just 3 little terms, and, or, and not, to tie our searches together. And so I have here self-regulation and aging and rewards, not teenagers or adolescents. So this shows that I want articles that have all of these terms. I'm not interested in the demographic of teenagers or adolescents. And the or here tells the database that either of these terms should be filtered out with not. And you'll see more of how that works when you watch the database videos. And lastly, that all these databases have really great features and tools to help you save and collect your information. And so you'll be seeing how to email content to yourself, how to download information or print, and also how each of these have citation tools. So that will be really useful when you go to construct your APA citations. Speaking of APA citations, please be aware that we do have that APA guide that I mentioned. The Purdue OWL site is excellent. I go there all the time when I have questions about my citations or maybe a citation that I'm not familiar with that a student asks about. And then also you could always borrow or check out or purchase an APA manual. And so all of these will be helpful for formatting your papers, for using them in your text, in-text citations and parenthetical citations, and for creating your reference page. And be sure to check out the separate APA information that we have created for our students. So if you have any questions about this terminology or the library or any research questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me, and have a great day.